Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel and welcome to Grizzly Bear Sims live stream. Just going to just start this stream up here in just a few more minutes. And this is it's been a while since I've actually been able to live stream through some work commitments and some other family commitments and such that's been going on that I've sort of talked about on my channel in the past. It's kind of been a bit difficult for me to have the free time to do this, but there was something that I saw today. Well, actually, let me back up and say that I've been wanting to live stream a little bit more than what I have been able to do in the past couple of weeks, and I was kind of looking for an opportunity to do that. And of course, with Mountain Valley Farm, the jobs and everything are quite short, and so I really didn't want to live stream any of that because I've really tried to make sure that my episodes for things like farm sim stuff is around 30 to 35, 45 minutes or so. And so with that said, I was looking, well, maybe I should do another project. Maybe I should do a map project or something for farm sim, and then sort of mix in the occasional flight sim and truck sim stuff into the whole live stream mix. And so I had basically, I sat down at my work computer today. I was doing some things, listening to a few conference calls, and this morning I decided to check out what my friend Farmer Klein had been working on, and I saw a live stream that he did that he had archived on YouTube, and it was a challenge that is called the Old Guy Farmer Challenge. And so let me just kind of bring this window down here. This is the website, and you'll notice that this actually is linked in the notes down below the video. And of course, this will be available for archive as well. And this is just the challenge for anyone who wants to accept the challenge. And basically, the rules and everything are all listed here. And again, this link to this website is going to be down below the video screen. But you are more than welcome to take advantage of this if you would like to enter the challenge. If you want to just play it for yourself, you could certainly do that. If you want to enter the challenge officially, you will need to follow these rules. And of course, these rules are specific to the challenge itself. And of course, one of the stipulations in the challenge is that in order to be considered to be registered in the challenge and everything, you do have to stream your content, either stream it on YouTube or stream it on Twitch. So if you have the capabilities to do that, you're more than welcome to join in on the challenge, and you can get all the rules and everything from the website. And again, the website is going to be linked down below in the notes section. Now, I'm running a separate sort of contest in conjunction with this challenge that I am performing and going to be doing the live streams on. My own little challenge is going to be all spelled out again down below the video screen, and you can get information on how you can enter the challenge by going and signing up for my Discord channel and then getting all the rules and everything and applying for that. And basically, I will be giving away, because that was part of the deal that I made when I monetized my channel, was I told you all many, many months ago when I did that I wasn't necessarily after the income from the advertisements, but obviously there is some income coming in, and I was going to basically convert that into giveaways because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give back to the community. So I will be in November. I will do the drawing on the 6th of November, I believe it is. I will be giving away three, count them, 1, 2, 3 copies of the brand new Giants Farming Simulator Platinum DLC pack that will be available around the 17th, I think it is, or the 14th of November. Anyway, that's dependent on their release schedule and everything. We've got a lot of work to do and basically a very short time to do it, because this challenge, we need to complete this by the end of October. So by November 1st, we have to have this done. And basically what we are doing is we are playing a special map All the information is here on this page, including where you can download it. You can get the Old Guys Farm download right here, and we have to play in hard mode, and there's a few other stipulations here. We can only use tractors less than 250 horsepower or less. We must play with the Seasons mod, thankfully. Otherwise, I probably would not even be playing this map or playing this challenge if it did involve the Seasons mod. We will be running the Seasons mod at 6 game day seasons. It must be set on hard, and we can only skip time from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And basically, again, I will let you kind of read the rest of the rules as they are spelled out here. And of course, we will be complying with the rules 100% because that's just the way that we roll. We must start the streams and end the streams on the save game loading screen. So we can only do one mission per day. We can't sell any loose silage at the BGA, etc. So again, I will just let you take a look at those rules and everything at your leisure. And again, I invite you to participate in the challenge if you would like to do that. Okay, so we're going to go into career. I've already got us all set up over here. We are playing in hard mode. We have $15,000 because that is what we get in hard mode. We do have equipment, thankfully, so it's not quite as hard as Mountain Valley Farm, where we started with about $15,000 and no equipment. And I've only played 1 minute, and that just was what it took to kind of go in and configure seasons for 6 days, etc. The other key point that I want to point out with the rules, and again, you guys can go and read this for yourself, but we must play at 15x time, so 15 speed time, which is going to be something completely different from what I'm used to, because you might remember if you've watched some of my other Let's Plays, you know that I used to do everything in 1x time, even with Seasons mod. But when I started playing on Mountain Valley Farm, I did start experimenting with both 5x time and 15x time, and I certainly sort of found that 15x time went a bit too fast for me. So I've been doing 5x time, but obviously to comply with this challenge, I will be doing 15x time, and we'll just have to live with it. You know, that's just how we're going to have to roll. So all of this is set up. I'm going to go ahead and continue into the game. I've already picked the mods that I'm going to play. Now, of course, we can't use some mods, and all of those are outlined. Hello, Mark DuPont. Thanks for watching the live stream. For those of you folks that are watching my live stream, if you're also looking for other quality YouTube channels, there's a complete list down below the video screen, and Mark DuPont is one of those guys. He's part of the Old Guy Gaming Facebook group. So anyway, I have gone in and I've selected the mods that I wanted to use. And I went ahead and selected Courseplay, even though I don't think that we will be using it that much just because of the extra cost that's involved. But otherwise, and also I do have crop destruction on. I've got the tire dirt and the ground response mods on, so we will be doing realism stuff as well. We're not going to be driving through crops and that kind of stuff because, well, we wouldn't want to damage our stuff. And so that's just kind of the list of mods there that I've got. And of course, if you're interested, if you see a mod that I'm using on any of my live streams or Let's Plays or whatever, I've got a full mod list, and you can take a look at that mod list by going to grizzlybearsims.com. Again, that's grizzlybearsims.com, and click on the add-ons and mod directory. Let's get started. We'll go ahead and get into the map. I'm going to take a drink of iced tea here. Hello, Kerbo. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful evening, or maybe morning, depending on where you're watching from. If you might be watching from either the land down under or the Pacific Rim somewhere, it might be morning time for you, or here in the US, it's probably late evening. So this is the first time we are in, and I do need to go ahead and move my time up to 15x time speed, so I cannot touch that again. We have 15,000 in the bank. We basically own 3 fields, so I will just very quickly just show you this. We own 3 fields, 12, 14, and 15. Let's just take a look. Most likely nothing is planted because we've got seasons mod. And let me just back out and let me go in and check seasons just to make sure we're set for 6 game days. Yep, Fahrenheit. All that is good, so we will get rid of that. We will go back in and take a look here. So 12, 14, and 15, and I realize that I'm wasting time explaining all this to you, but I do want you all to see this because it's all going to be fairly important that we just run everything open and honest and comply with the challenge rules and all that good stuff. And again, several people are running this challenge. Farmer Klein obviously is linked down below my video as well, so check out his channel. He is completely doing a completely different approach to this. I'm going to be more traditional farming, planting various crops. He's kind of taking the grass approach where he will bale silage bales and sell them for profit, and I wish him the very best of luck. So anyway, we will go ahead and save our game just to make sure that we're saved and we're locked in with all of those settings there. And oops, I need to I was playing Flight Sim yesterday, and I've got my rudder pedals set up underneath my desk instead of my G27 pedals, and so you cannot drive a tractor or cannot do anything with the rudder pedals, so that's my bad. Anyway, thankfully I did remember to set up my G27 instead of my flight yoke. So here we are. This is our farm. It's quite beautiful. Now, of course, this is Goldcrest Valley. This is a special edit that the old guy farming, Mr. Joe, or Mr. Jerry Ott, I should say, has essentially put together for us to enjoy. Come on, open sesame. And so you will have to download this if you want to play in the challenge. And we are a little bit door challenged, I think, right now. Oh, come on. Okay, now can we get this door to open? There we go. All right. That's the hardest part. Once we get the doors open, most likely the doors will stay open. All right, so let's kind of see what we need to do. We need a tractor and we need to start plowing is one of the first things that we need to do, because I'm burning daylight, as they say. And like my good buddy Farmer Klein, I don't like these little question marks and stuff. So we're going to try to get rid of those kind of as we come by them. Now, obviously, we've already got a harvester and we've got pretty much a lot of the different things that we're going to need to use for our gameplay. Hello, Farmer Klein. Welcome to the channel, everyone. That is Farmer Klein. That's who more or less inspired me to take advantage of this challenge and everything. And again, we're still burning daylight, but I need to make a decision as to what I want to do here. I'm not the typical guy that likes the traditional plows, and I may have to use the one that we've got. Because obviously it is already bought and paid for and everything, so we may just have to do that. But in any event, let me find a tractor. Where are the tractor? There's a tractor. We'll use the JCB. All right, there we go. Country Girl 45, hello, welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. All right, get the JCB out here and get rolling. I think I'm gonna, it's really hard to say whether or not I'm gonna be okay on time. One thing that will be a little bit different with regards to my channel versus as I run into our plow, with regards to the way that Farmer Klein is doing things, is obviously we're going to have to wait just a little bit on being able to plant stuff. And wait, I did not put in the manual attach mod, so we will just do things like this. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take advantage. Now, we can only hire one worker at a time, So even though I have course play activated, we're not going to use course play at this present time. We may not even use course play at all. It really just sort of depends on how things go along. I don't think we'll need to use course play probably until we get to a point to where that maybe we're going to do some harvesting or something like that. But we'll cross that bridge whenever we come to it, as I try to remember how to get the plow dropped down. And we will hire a worker. And see what he's doing. Okay, I may have to deactivate. I wanted to use AI vehicle extension because I did read the rules, and I didn't think the AI vehicle extension was disallowed, because I think AI vehicle extension will come in handy whenever we start harvesting. But if this guy's going to be squirrely and not do his job, then obviously we're going to have to reconsider whether we use him or not. So let me see how he left shift H. Let's do that. Let's just turn him off and see if we can just use the default worker. Yeah, thanks, Kerbo. I appreciate you discovering us and checking us out. I appreciate that. The other thing is I've been on vacation for the last 10 days, and to be quite honest with you, while I've played a little bit of Farm Sim since I've been back from vacation, it has been basically on Mountain Valley Farm, which, that is a well-tuned, dialed-in map, and with all the good processes and everything, and I haven't had to really worry about trying to figure out things like plowing, because I plowed a long time ago and haven't got around to doing that again. So maybe he's going to be okay, and if that is the case, then we will just kind of let him go and see what happens. So one of the things that we are not going to do is we don't need 3 tractors at all. So I think we're going to keep the little Sammy there, but I think we will get rid of the tractor that is in here, that is set up with the thin tires. I think we will get rid of this guy. The Hurleyman is the deal, so I think we are going to take him and on down to the store and sell him, because we can get a better price taking them down to the store than what we can get here. So also I will take the opportunity to go ahead and open up gates, and according to Farmer Klein's video, this gate operates from, or opens from the inside. I'm just really gate and door challenged today, so my bad, folks. Sorry about that. And also, just like my friend Farmer Klein, I hate these question marks and these signposts and stuff. All right, so while I'm driving down to the store to get rid of this tractor, I just wanted to take the opportunity to tell you all that as part of my decision to monetize my YouTube channel for the purposes mainly of being able to schedule videos in advance and stuff like that, I did sort of make the commitment that I was interested in giving everything right back to people that wanted to watch the channel. So if you are interested, I will be awarding 3 lucky winners with a copy of the Steam Farm Sim 17 Platinum DLC pack that will be coming out this November, and all the information that you need to know as far as how to register for the giveaway will be listed down below the video. And so during each of the videos, hopefully I will remember, and I've actually got my little spreadsheet pulled up here, so that will make me remember to give away the code. So I will be announcing a code, a word or a number or something like that that will be somewhat unique, and you can then email me and respond to that code, basically confirming that you have watched the video, and hopefully you are a subscriber of the channel as well. So you need to be a subscriber of my YouTube channel, and then you can enter to win. So based on Farmer Klein's math, because again, this is kind of where I got this idea, this challenge from, and based on his math, he calculates we're going to have about 72 episodes to get all this done, because we will be playing this farm for 3 years. So count them 1, 2, 3 years. So for each year, 1, 2, 3 giveaways. So you can, if you are so inclined, and I hope you will be, if you watch each of my episodes, each of the 72 episodes, you can obviously register 72 times, each with a code. And of course, the more you watch, the more you register, the better opportunities you will have to win one of the DLC packs. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to sell this for $91,600. Yay! Got some money there, and I am going to tab back. I will try to limit a little bit of my tabbing back and forth and stuff like that, but you know, we got to do what we got to do, and this guy is just going to cause me problems, isn't he? So why is he not doing what I want him to do? Alright, there we go. Maybe he will do what he wants to do. I think the issue was when I started him up, it was the AI vehicle extension was kind of kicked in, and you've got to sort of turn it off if you want it to just kind of go back to the default worker, I think. And of course, we don't have a whole lot of time to be experimenting, and my gosh, Farmer Klein got off to a much better start than I did, but hey, you know, it's all about the fun, it's all about the experience. But one of the things that I think that I'm going to have a little bit of dead time coming up, because if our soil temperature is at 39 degrees, just to refresh everybody, and if you're not familiar with the Seasons mod, fortunately I have been playing with the Seasons mod since about the January time frame, so I've got quite a bit of experience with it. But if we bring up the Seasons mod, you can essentially see that our minimum temperatures for planting our normal types of crops like wheat and barley and canola, which we will be planting and doing that type of farming, we can't plant until the soil temperature reaches 41 degrees or greater. So Farmer Klein, he's going about it a little bit different, and my hat's off to him, and I wish him the very best of luck. He's planting grass, and he was able to plant at 37 degrees. So if we go back to our screen here, our soil temperature is at 39 degrees, which is obviously benefits to him because he was able to plant in the early spring time frame, whereas with me here, we basically can't plant until probably I would estimate probably mid-spring before that soil temperature comes up. It is really foggy. Is there any way of getting rid of the fog? It's hard to see what you're doing with the fog. Unfortunately, Country Girl, the only thing we can do about the fog is to just wait it out. Hopefully the fog will dissipate at some particular point in time. It looks like if we pull up our weather forecast here, we're supposed to have a sunny forecast today. So hopefully that will burn off. The fog will burn off as time goes by, and we will have sunshine, I hope. And thanks for the subscription there, Farmer Oops. I appreciate it. Appreciate you clicking the subscribe button. And I hope that you will register there in the contest. All right, so we need to basically stop messing about, don't we? We'll get in a little Sammy here. And let's see what we basically need to do. So we've got a few more things that I'm going to sell, because while we will be doing some traditional farming, and we may actually even do some animal farming, most likely. I am not going to farm any pigs because, well, Mr. Mark DuPont did a whole bunch of research on pigs, and essentially that is a money pit. As we all know, if we've been doing any amount of farming here on Farm Sim 17, pigs are a money pit. So most likely, if we're going to do any animals, we'll probably do sheep, because sheep have been a pretty good moneymaker for me, at least on law folds. You might remember, if you follow my channel, that I did 2 years of law folds with Seasons Mod, and that worked out quite well. We earned quite a bit of money. But with regards to the trailer situation, for bales and other types of things that we would use a trailer for, I'm going to be wanting the auto pickup stuff, just simply because we are not going to have time to mess about with bales. Let's see, Farmer Klein says at 15x time it won't take long. A game hour is about 10 real minutes. So yeah, that's right. And Mark DuPont says, remember to do 1 mission per day while the helper is working. Game time goes to real time while you are in missions that will buy your helper more time. I forgot about that. Thanks, Mark. You know, I had pretty much decided that I wasn't going to do any missions, at least maybe until winter time, because I didn't want to waste the time. But you're absolutely right. I forgot about that. I've not really done missions on a Farm Sim 17 map since I played the original Goldcrest Valley when it came out. What was that? 9 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever that time frame was. And so yeah, I forgot about that. That's actually we'll try to do things legal as well. I'm going to try to avoid cutting across fields, and I'm going to try to follow the rules of the road as best as possible, or at least as time permits. But yeah, that's a good suggestion there, Mark. Thanks so much for reminding me of that, because I probably would have never realized that, and I would have just kept on doing what I was been doing. So 12,000 for that flatbed. We need the money, and that will come in handy. All right, and we're going to keep the Sammy. So I suppose what I should have done was I should have pulled that trailer down here with that other tractor and sold both of those at the same time instead of making 2 trips. But hey, we live and we learn. I also need to refamiliarize myself with Goldcrest Valley. Now, there are gold nuggets on this map, and we are perfectly legal within the contest rules to search those out within the rules of the contest or the challenge. And so, but I think that I will probably, you know, if I see a gold nugget, I will probably pick it up as we play through, but we'll probably wait until maybe the winter time to actually go after those, because of course I will have to do those in a live stream. But we're going to have a little bit more time, a little bit more free time to do things, obviously during the winter, because there won't be near as much to do here on the farm. So that is probably also when I will do logging work. Will also be during the winter time, because again, that's kind of when we have time to do those sorts of tasks. I believe it is a very interesting challenge, Kerbo, and let me tell you, I mean, I watched a little bit of Farmer Klein's part 1 and part of his part 2. I watched all of his part 1 and part of his part 2, and I even told him, I chatted with him through a PCSG chat this morning, and I said, you know, I'm not going to steal all your ideas and everything, but, you know, obviously I watch his channel. Some of the nuggets will be hard to find in the snow. That's a good point, Mark. Man, you are just full of great ideas. I appreciate all of that. all of those tips. Okay, so we are going to keep our combine because obviously we're going to do, what am I doing? The sprayer's on the inside of the barn, not on the outside. We are going to keep our combine because we are going to need that to be able to harvest. I got real excited when I saw Farmer Klein sell his combine right off the bat this morning when I was watching that first video, and I'm thinking, okay, he's got a plan, he's got an idea. And then of course then maybe a few minutes later he said, yeah, he wasn't going to do traditional farming. And so I'm like, okay, well, I can't do that, so I got to scratch that idea. So we will keep the combine, even though we're going to be paying maintenance on it while, I just messed up. We've got to get some spray in here, right? Thankfully, Mr. Jerry Ott has given us a couple of containers of fertilizer. And we've got, looks like 6 bags of seed, so don't know how far that will get us, but we will certainly take advantage of it, and we won't be buying any until, is it? So Mark DuPont is suggesting that I sell the combine because it is cheaper to lease it. Okay, is this guy done? He ain't done. He's making some progress. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, do you sell your combine too? Cheaper to lease. All right, well, I tell you what. I wasn't going to do that, but I will see. We're going to test that theory, and if it doesn't pan out, then the maintenance cost over 6 days will kill me. Okay, well, you've got a good point, because it's going to be a lot more than 6 days before we can even use this thing, and of course we will have to do maintenance on it pretty soon. Well, within 6 days we've got to do maintenance on it. Check the math. Well, I'm gonna trust you. I'll check the math tomorrow. I think. Now here's the thing. Does this? No, this does not. Okay, this does not have a hitch, so we can't hire a worker with follow me because we've got a worker hired. Now this is gonna be one thing that is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me to remember, is that hello Kyle, welcome to the channel, thanks for stopping by, thanks for saying hi. Is that, you know, when I play now Mountain Valley Farm, I will admit that I've tried to be a little bit frugal with how I do things on Mountain Valley Farm, but obviously if I need to hire a worker, I hire a worker. But part of the challenge is that we can only hire one worker at a time. So I've got a worker who's plowing, who's doing a fairly decent job at that, and so I can't hire a follow me guy because that would be cheating, and so we're not going to do that. So I will drive the Case Combine slowly to the store. This is going to you only need to lease a 1600 for small fields. Okay, well, good. Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for the tip there, Mr. Mark DuPont. Please, everybody, I hope you'll check out Mark DuPont's channel. I hope you'll check out Farmer Klein's YouTube channel as well. Both of their links to their channels is down below. With seasons, you get all your money back. All right. Well, I think what I'm going to do, especially since we're going to be letting go of this, and I think this is going to give us a couple of $100,000, I believe, if I remember from what Farmer Klein sold his for. I think we would probably be smart to buy some sheep, because we're going to be able to take advantage be able to take advantage of getting wool throughout the spring and the summer, because with Seasons Mod, our sheet will produce wool spring and summer, and we've got some hay bales. So Mr. Jerriott's also given us about 6 hay bales, and I think if we buy up a little bit of sheet, I think that will be good to go. 1 hour goes pretty quick though, playing at 15x speed, right? Wow, this is slow. Vehicle hours are in real time, not game time. Okay, so an hour is an hour. And clearly kind of trying to think sort of down the road, and that's kind of hard to do right now, because right now I'm just kind of focused on trying to get as much done as I possibly can within this game day. And but, you know, thinking down the road, obviously part of the strategy is going to be that we're going to want to expand the farm. We're going to want to buy more fields, $285,000. So we're going to sell that. And we will come after Mr. DuPont if that strategy doesn't work very well for us. So is our guy still plowing? He is. I think we might have time to... I don't think we're going to have time to run the header down. We can do that later. Okay, one thing I think I'm going to do, since I have changed my strategy just a little bit from the initial thought processes and the fact that I have sold the combine, is I think I'm going to buy and have delivered a plow that I'm a little bit more familiar with here, and go with this guy here, and 5 meters, and I like it because it's a 3-point hitch kind of plow, and we're just going to go ahead and do that because that will be something that'll be a little bit easier for me to use, and I'm going to be doing some of the plowing, I think, maybe. And let's have that reset, or AKA delivered. And one of the other stipulations, hello Rubber Burner Gaming, how are you? Welcome to the channel. One of the stipulations in the challenge rules, obviously, is that you can use mods, but they have to be reasonably priced. And obviously, you know, you could set up a mod where essentially it is super cheap, or you can get mods which are super cheap, and they need to be reasonably priced. And that, I think, that's a good thing, because obviously someone could sort of rig up a mod that is, you know, $1 or whatever, and essentially win the thing. All right, so we're gonna just basically drop this plow off over here because again, I want to take advantage of this other plow, which is going to be better for us, and we will take this to the store later. Reasonably priced was how I was. Reasonably priced was how I was planning on cheating. Oh, come on, Rubber Bunner. I know you're not gonna cheat. I will clean this up for this worker. Yeah, but the JCB is fast. And of course, that was one of the points that Farmer Klein made in his first video. I think he was looking at maybe the possibility of selling it. But, you know, it is a fast tractor. So getting around point A to point B. Alright, so that field has been plowed. We will get the workers started on this other field over here. And then we will do a little bit of first level fertilization. All right. I can tell you one thing, it is a little bit different playing this style of play with the clock sort of, you know, running away from you and trying to keep up with chat and trying to focus on that and stay in tune with what you guys are talking about and everything. All right, so we're going to, I'm going to kind of follow the same approach that I did on, or that I'm doing on Mountain Valley Farm, which is, let's see, I think it's longer this way, which is to plow, fertilize, cultivate, plant, fertilize, and then come back again and fertilize again, or maybe weed. Been doing some weeding on Mountain Valley Farm, and that's worked out quite well. Automatic. Ryan James says, JCB seems so gutless when under a load. Well, it's probably being asked to do a little bit more than perhaps it might be designed for. But I tell you what, Reefy 1952 swears by the JCB, and I know that he will be happy to know that I am keeping the JCB, at least for now, in the game. So we'll see how that goes. Hello, Mad Skipman. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. So, Rubber Burner, are you going to do the challenge? Have you started the challenge, I guess is what I should say. And if so, when are you going to start the challenge if you haven't already started it already? Give myself a headland that'll speed things up a little bit. Just a reminder, folks, about the giveaway. If you are interested in your opportunity of winning the DLC pack, once it is released, information is down below. I will give the code word here momentarily. You can seed plowed ground without cultivating. Yeah, you can actually. I think there's sort of a fine line between. Oh, shut off. I'm trying to. And I'm not a real world farmer. Obviously, I say that quite a bit on my channel. I do know that, you know, a lot of people say that you would not do that. You would not basically, you'd basically would cultivate over the plowed ground just to get things even. And so I think that's going to still be my strategy. I want to take the approach of, you know, I probably will, especially because I've already made a few comical errors already and wasted a little bit of time in this first attempt, this first day. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to try to win. I just don't think that I probably will win, and that's okay. It's all about the fun for me. As I've said, as my regular listeners will know, I say there's no right or wrong way to play the game. Whatever works, and I try to be as realistic as possible based on what the game itself allows us to do and be. Obviously, there are some limitations that are sort of part and parcel of the game that sort of prevent us from doing certain things. But again, I don't feel like I'm in a huge rush because of the simple fact that I cannot put any seeds in the ground until at least mid-spring. I just really don't believe that that the soil temperature will come up any more than what we currently see it right now. So I think that's going to be just fine. All right, so let me sort of think about something here, because I want to get the sprayer off the back of this tractor and continue to use some time for something productive. But I'm thinking sheep. I'm thinking that we should invest in a little bit of sheep. So we'll drop that there. For now, let me drive over here to the sheep pen and check it out. Because again, we've got some free hay, and don't need GPS mod, do we? Wool pallet spawn there. Okay, good. And our sheep go there, and we're not going to bother delivering or having them picked up or anything. We are going to take a look and see how much sheep cost. Sheep, $4,519. I'm telling you what, they were such a good investment in all folds, and unless something is different with this map, I think that they will continue to be that here. So let's spend a little bit of money in sheep. Oh, let's start with 25. Why not? And the other thing that I want to do, obviously, I didn't realize that there was a loan until I watched Farmer Klein's channel. So we're going to repay this, because otherwise this is gonna kill us. All right, so we don't have near as much money as we did before, but we also don't have that bank loan. Okay. So we need to get our sheep productive. So we've got a water tanker. At least the water's free. That's a good thing. Having to pay for water out of a creek or stream or something like that is a little bit foreign to me. I do understand, after sort of listening to some of the folks from where's the water go? Oh, right here. After listening to some of the folks that are sort of familiar with UK, the UK setup for water and stuff, I do understand that some farmers do have to pay for water rights and stuff like that. So I guess that's why some map designers do sort of charge for water, but it's still just a little bit of a something to get used to here, because where I'm from, if you want water, you just go get it, right? Okay. I think we have a telehandler, so we'll use it. I tell you what, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna play the game. We're gonna have fun doing so, because otherwise it gets. What am I looking for? Where is my favorite forks? Don't tell me I didn't add them. Okay, can't find them. Wasting time. Alright, I realize these are pallet forks, but they do just fine at picking up bales. That's the water. there. Hello, Dirt Racer. Welcome to the channel. This guy's almost done. Our farmyard's a bit of a mess right now. We'll try to put our toys away when we're done. So Dirt Racer, I know you just joined just a few minutes ago, doing the challenge. The old farmer guy, or old guy farmer challenge. I have a question to ask you, Grizzly. Go ahead, country girl. I'm sorry, I've kind of been ignoring the chat. My apologies. Please ask away. In all the farm sim games that I've seen, why aren't the chickens in a fence? I guess maybe because they're wanting them to be free-range chickens. I don't really know, but I can tell you that that sort of kicks in my OCD just a little bit, driving over the chickens, and I try not to really worry about them with regards to Mountain Valley Farm, just simply because there's almost no way that you can avoid not running over them, just sort of the way that they're always there right in the middle of the road. So I really don't know why it's that way. Now I will tell you, on Lone Star, and I haven't played Lone Star in a little while. I don't know if I'll ever get back to Lone Star. But in Lone Star, the map modder for Lone Star did put them in a fence area, so they're not just running anywhere and everywhere and getting in the way. So I guess it just kind of depends on the map designer and to whether or not they want to sort of either allow them to be free range or kind of centrally locate them. And I think even on Stevie's, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody that has played Stevie's Goldcrest edit, I think he had them in a chicken pen or a chicken yard behind the main house. So I think it's kind of up to the mod developer, the mod designer, the map designer. But I sort of like them. I sort of like them to be in a kind of a concealed pen just a little bit, because that kind of helps me. So one other thing that Farmer Klein did, and I'm going to perhaps try to avoid doing, is burning too much of the midnight oil. He kind of did an all day and all-nighter on his very first one. I do kind of have a hard stop coming up in a few minutes, and I don't think I will have time to do an all-nighter. And so we basically can't fast forward time until 9 o'clock. So we essentially have to play in 15x time from essentially 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And one thing that I was a little bit confused about, Farmer Klein, if you are there, and if you can, hello Tyler, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Farmer Klein, if you're still there, can you fast forward using the Alt-N method? Can you do that even if it's after 9 o'clock? So if it's like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, can you still do Alt-N, and that will safely fast forward you to 6 a.m. in the morning if you're still there? Or do you have to do that at precisely 9 o'clock? So for example, if you wanted to work until say 11 o'clock or midnight, you could safely do that and then do just Alt-N and fast forward to 6 a.m. the next day. All right, folks, the code word for today for the contest is the word plow, P-L-O-W, plow. If you're from a country that spells it differently, you can also use that spelling as well. So look in the notes down below the video screen, and it will give you all the information as to how you enter my contest. I will be giving away 3 copies of the Platinum DLC pack for Farm Sim 17 via Steam, and you can enter once per episode or once per my live stream, and each live stream will have a special code word that I will announce. And so the code word for the first episode, episode number 1, is the word plow. And back to the chicken and the fence, you know, I lived on a farm for a little bit of my life, and my grandparents had chickens and all that kind of stuff, and they were always in chicken coops because where I grew up in Texas, if you didn't have your chickens in a protected chicken coop, well, they wouldn't be there the next morning because the fox or the coyotes or the wolves or the neighbors or somebody would come along and steal your chickens from you, and they would do it pretty quick. Maybe Farmer Klein has already left. Farmer Klein, if you haven't left the stream, I have a question for you if you still are there. If not, no big deal. All right, again, the word of the day, the code word of the day is the word plow. Now, one other thing is I may stream at weird times. The only rule or the only stipulation for the contest or for the challenge itself is that all episodes or all the gameplay that is to be done from 6 a.m. until 9 p.m. within the game itself is to be done streaming. There is no stipulation as to the time of the real world day that we need to stream. So if for whatever reason, if I have a bout of insomnia, which I frequently do from time to time, and if I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and can't go back to sleep, I may actually stream. So of course that I don't expect you guys to wake up out of your comfy bed to come watch, but that you might want to just check my channel from time to time. And if you see that I have streamed, obviously I will archive those and you will have access to see those at that time. All right, so let's get back in the tractor, Jerry. Let's go ahead and look at maybe taking this down. And really and truthfully, we're not that far we're not that far off from my goal that I wanted to accomplish today. I guess my goal for today really was to get our 3 fields plowed, and of course we've done that, or it's in the process of getting done, and getting them fertilized. So I think that once he is done once he's done plowing that 3rd field, we will fertilize that, knock that out. And then again, we can't plant anything until the soil temperature comes up, and I don't expect it to come up to 42 degrees until at least the second or the first game day of mid-spring. So that would be like during episode number 3, because I think the second episode that I live stream for this most likely will be cultivating and probably selling and maybe fetching a few other little pieces of equipment that I would prefer to use on the map. Again, and I still want to have fun, and so playing with some of the right equipment, some of the things that I enjoy playing with is obviously kind of key. Alright, we'll sell that header trailer. I would have sold that anyway because that little header trailer is such a pain in the backside to use. It really, really is. It's difficult to try to get the header off of it if you're on uneven ground, for certain. And I don't really think there's anything else that we need to pick up right now while we're up here, so we will just head back. Of course, if there is anything we need, we can get that delivered. Try not to run over people as we are speeding back to the farm. So thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate you guys watching the channel. We picked up a few new subs today, so if you are watching and if you are not a subscriber of the channel, please click that subscribe button, click the like button, all that good stuff, and pick up the code word. I've already given that out twice. And then register for a copy that 3 copies that I will be giving away of the Platinum DLC that will be coming out in November. And of course, we've got 71 more episodes to get through. We're playing 3 years on this map with seasons mods, 6 game day per season, and so I've got a lot of time to enter, and I plan to do the drawing on the 6th of November. Obviously, the challenge has to be completed by November 1st, and basically on the last game day of the 3rd year, we basically sell everything, and whoever has the most profit after all the loans are paid off and everything else basically wins. But then I will be doing the drawing on November the 6th, and of course the DLC comes out on the November 14th, I believe, and of course that's all dependent upon Giant's timing. So if something is not ready, and obviously they don't release it on the 14th, that's not anything that I can do about that. Brian James, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Let's see, is he near getting done? I think he is almost done. It's hard working in the dark, folks. I typically don't play in the dark, simply because when I record videos for you guys to watch, it is hard as heck for you all to see what's going on. But of course, to keep with the challenge and to make sure that we are working by the rules and everything, we have to do a little bit of farming in the nighttime, in the darkness. And of course, summers, the days are longer, so we will definitely take advantage of that. But of course, in the winter time, nights are longer, just like in the real world. And of course, that's what we like about our simulation-based games. We like the realism, we like the immersion that we get. And of course, as I said before, I've had the opportunity to use the Seasons mod for about 6.5 months or so. I think I started using it in January. Was accepted as part of the team of testers and streamers that was helping to promote the mod, the Seasons mod. And yeah, thanks Country Girl for stopping by. I appreciate it. And so I've seen it in its good stages. I've seen it in its sort of kind of bad things. It's worked out. It's actually worked really well, I must say that. I mean, for a mod, but it did have some challenges. I've lost some crops and stuff like that. Part of working through the process as that particular mod sort of evolved and became what it eventually was entered into the contest. And of course now it's readily available to everyone. And if you are playing on PC, I definitely encourage you to take advantage of the Seasons mod, because it really does give you a purpose. It gives you a sense of purpose in doing things. It's very similar to the soil mod that we had access to in Farm Sim 15, and how that it really sort of gave us a structure. It gave us things that we needed to do, and things that we needed to do in a specific order. And just like with the Seasons mod, of how it controls certain things, like you can't plant well, you can plant if you want to, but the crops aren't going to grow. They're going to basically die. But just that kind of stuff, how it controls some of the animal behaviors of things, and that's all pretty cool, because again, it's kind of like real life. And I'm not a farmer in the real world. I'm an IT guy. For those of you that watch my channel, I say that quite often, but it's good to get the experience, or at least as much of the experience as what the game itself allows us to have access to. Brian James, BJ in Discord. Okay, very nice to meet you. Looks like Farmer Klein is now live with his fourth video. So hello Maxie, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream, thanks for stopping by. So definitely, as I'm wrapping things up over here, folks, I would encourage you to go check out Farmer Klein. He puts out a very, very good quality channel. One of the things that I like about Farmer Klein's channel is the fact that he is a lot like me, as far as the fact that he runs a G-rated channel. That's very important to me. I want basically people of all audiences, all ages, to be able to enjoy my content. And so you can rest assured that there will never be any foul language or any inappropriate kind of gameplay or innuendos or anything like that here on my channel. So feel free to set your children, your grandchildren down to watch my channel. It's 100% G-rated all the time, and so is Farmer Klein. So definitely go over and say hello to Farmer Klein, watch his stream as he gets on with episode number 4 of his gameplay. So he's a little bit ahead of me, and he definitely has a little bit more solid grasp, at least in the beginnings. I spent a lot of time wasting time in the early hours of this game day. But hopefully we'll get a better plan of attack for game day number 2, or episode number 2. And of course I hope to bring that to you sometime tomorrow or the very next day. Actually, if you're new to the channel, if you've just joined within the last few minutes, I am doing a giveaway that will be awarded in November for the Farm Sim 17 Platinum DLC pack. All the information that you need to know is listed down below the video, and I've already given the code word out. So you will need to do the replay feature and listen for that code word. I announced it probably about 10 or 15 minutes ago, and you can get that and then follow the details below to register yourself, and you can register once per episode. Each episode will have a different code word. And I also encourage you, if you guys, again, if you're watching, please hit the subscribe button. Check out my other videos. I currently have a series running on Mountain Valley Farm. That's my only Farm Sim 17 map at the present time. I've also just recently sort of expanded my channel into other simulation-based games. I've got some flight sim stuff, more is coming, and I've got some truck sim videos as well. But then I've also got in Farm Sim 17, I did 2 years on Lawfolds, so 2 years of that map, and that is such a beautiful map, and I tell you what, I miss it. I think that, and I mean nothing, I mean no disrespect towards Mr. Jerry Ott for the work that he put into Mountain Valley Farm, or even his personal edit of this map. All of them are fantastic, and I mean no disrespect to any other map developers, map modders out there, but I think Lawfolds is right now, until something else comes along, I think Lawfolds is going to be the best map that I have seen yet for Farm Sim 17. It sort of is that Coleborough Park Farm of Farm Sim 15 sort of status as far as my opinion is concerned. Of course, everyone has different opinions and such, and it looks like we are going to get just barely get this all done with one tank of fertilizer. Look at that. How special, how magical is that? All right. 12 liters left. Couldn't have done that again. Well, thank you, Dirt Racer. I appreciate that. I appreciate those kind words. Yeah, I try. I'm a little bit rusty at it, and of course, you are a fellow flight simmer, so you know that it can kind of be, you can kind of get rusty at it if you're not careful, and if you don't fly a whole lot. And I got so hooked on Farm Sim 17 when it first came out, and I spent about 4 months doing nothing but playing Farm Sim. And of course, there's so many other wonderful games like Truck Sim and some of those other games. And so, yeah, I did sort of spend a whole lot of time doing that. All right, so we are done plowing for now. All right, well, folks, I am going to put the toys away, put our tractors and stuff away, and wrap up this video. I hope that I can do the Alt-N and fast forward to 6 a.m., which I will do before I end the stream, because we basically have to start and stop our streams with the opening screen, so that basically we show that we have not done any sort of cheating or anything like that. So I'm going to do that and turn off our lights and step out here. So we have done that, and basically I think as far as my goal is concerned, we've got all 3 of our fields plowed, all 3 of our fields are fertilized with the first level of fertilization. So we will just check that here. And actually 15 is looks like 15 is max fertilized, so that's good. So now we only have to really concentrate on 14 and 12. Now we are going to take advantage of doing some missions, because I had forgotten that while we're doing missions, it slows the time down So we can take advantage of that. We can do one mission per day, and of course we've already missed the boat on getting one done for today, but we did go ahead and buy some sheep, so we do have some wool that's being produced, and obviously we've got our chickens that are running just crazy out here with this stuff, laying eggs and stuff out in the middle of nowhere. We'll grab these. Um, yeah, thanks, Dirt Racer. Yeah, I've got some courseplay tutorials for Farm Sim 17 as well. So thanks for that tip. Okay, well, I think, folks, I am going to try. Hopefully, this is not going to break anything. So I am going to do. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save right where we are, just in case this thing blows up, and then I'm going to do Alt and N. This is the legal way of fast forwarding. And it looks like I can't. Looks like I can't do Alt N. I guess you can't do Alt N after midnight. Interesting. Okay. Well, then, with that in mind, we're going to need to do some other things, and of course, we're going to need to just do these at night because I'm not going to just sit here and let time slip away from us. So I think one thing that we're going to go ahead and take advantage of doing, because sooner, oops, sooner rather than later, we are going to have to sell some wool because we've got some sheep and they're already producing wool. We have one bundle of wool here, so we're going to need to get a bell trailer, but we'll get that at another time. Let's see. Actually, I had a hard stop. I needed to go do something, but I will stretch that out just a little bit here. Gosh, I really don't know what to do here. So I think what we need to do is just to make sure that we're legal, we need to basically work till 6 a.m. And then I will need to investigate as to why, if that really does prevent, if the seasons mod prevents you from fast forwarding after midnight. Oh, sorry about that, Brian. I missed your comment about I enjoy the tutorials. I appreciate you saying that. Alright, let's use courseplay to make life a little bit easier for us. And we'll slide that over. And we'll go ahead and cultivate this. And again, I realize that some seeders allow us to seed directly over plowed fields, but again, kind of doing things a little bit realistic, or a little bit realistic as far as how I understand it to be, because again, I'm not a real world farmer. And I guess it would help if I turned on my headlights. Thank you, Dirt Racer, for that reminder. Yeah, definitely. Good luck to everyone. Again, that was sort of my commitment that I made a few months ago when I decided to monetize the channel, because I will tell you that the reason why I monetized the channel is because unless you monetize your YouTube channel, you cannot schedule videos to release in advance. You can upload them and you can mark them as private, but then you have to go in and you have to each day, whenever you want to release a video, and let's say for example, like me, I release videos at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I would have to basically make sure that I logged into YouTube at 6 a.m. and basically change that from private to public. So obviously, being able to schedule videos was important to me. I don't want to necessarily make an income or earn an income out of my YouTube stuff, just simply because I'll be honest, I'm not bragging or anything, but I don't really need to. I've got a full-time job. YouTube is not my full-time job. This is an extension of my hobby. It's an extension of my gameplay. It's what I enjoy doing. I've met so many fantastic, wonderful people through either PCSG, the Three Dudes Gaming Network, or my YouTube channel. And so it's just been wonderful to interact with people. And so that's really what I want to get out of this. And so I have earned a little bit of money from the YouTube stuff through the commercials and stuff that you guys watch. So thank you for doing that, by the way. And I just want to give something back. I want to give back to the community that has just been so kind to me. And this is such a great community, by the way. And while I'm speaking about communities, I do want to recommend that if you are not aware of this, go check out PCSG. You'll find a link down below the show notes for PCSG. We just launched, and I say we because, like Dirt Racer and myself, we are both admins over at PCSG and have been for over 2 years. PCSG was launched about 2 years ago, and he and I are both admins, moderators over there, and it is a super community. It's super relaxed, super laid back, and here's the thing. You know something? This is my pet peeve with forums, with Facebook, with anything else. If you have a question and you ask that question in a public forum, many times you get a response like, well, Google is your friend. Look that up or do a search or whatever. You know something? Maybe not everyone understands the correct terms to search for and all that kind of stuff. You're new to something, you're new to the game of Farm Sim 17, or you're new to Flight Sim, or you're new to Truck Sim or whatever, and you don't understand those things, well, you're not going to get that kind of a reaction at PCSG. You're going to get, somebody's going to help you. Somebody's going to help you help answer your question for you. Yes, you could search for things, but if you do that and you still can't find the answer that you're looking for, don't get frustrated. Don't pull your hair out in frustration and lose quality time that you could be spending playing the game that you love or that you want to love. Ask the question, somebody will help you. And that is just the kind of people that you will find over at PCSG, where most of us are mature, and when I say mature, I'm talking about we're of the older generation. I will be 51 this October, but we understand. We've been playing simulation-based games for a very long time. I started out playing Flight Sim, believe it or not, in the mid-1980s on my Commodore 64. Was when Flight Sim came out from a company called Sublogic, and that version originally became Microsoft acquired that same thing, and so I have been gaming for quite a long time. I won't ask Dirt Racer to divulge his age, but I think we're similar ages. Anyway, we've all been playing games a very long time, and we enjoy helping. I think that's the key point, is that we enjoy helping because we've all been new. We've all been new to a game. We've all been new to a concept. You know, when I first found Courseplay, my gosh, I thought I needed to go to college and get a PhD to be able to use it, but I watched some videos, asked some questions. There you go, Mr. Dirt Racer is 57 years old, so he's got 6 years on me. But you know, I asked some questions, got some help from some really fine people, and you know, now I absolutely love course play, and I can't play without it. I don't think I'll need it much on this map, just because I think that things are going to be quite small, at least for the first year. And but yeah, that's what we are all about. Civilized farming, says Mr. Mark DuPont, PCSG. That's right. Reefy 1952, we know him as Meerman on PCSG. He has been my mentor in helping me get my YouTube channel going, and I cannot say enough kind things about that man. I've never had the opportunity to meet him face to face because he lives in the UK and I live in Denver, but I hope one day I get an opportunity to sit down across the table from him and share a pint of something or another. But he has been a tremendous help. So Mark, I know you were away for a little bit. I had every intention of stopping by now because I had a hard stop that I really needed to do just before 9 o'clock, but obviously it became after midnight and I was unable to do the alt-in to fast forward to 6 a.m. So I guess you kind of have to do that before midnight, is that correct? So obviously, to comply and to stay in the rules, I'm going to go ahead and continue until 6 a.m. And also, while I'm plugging things, I do just want to remind everyone that is still watching the stream. It looks like there's still 10 folks out there that is watching me cultivate in the dark until 6 a.m. Anyways, I will just say that please check out all the YouTube channels that I have linked to down in the show notes or down in the description underneath the video. They all run wonderful, fine YouTube channels of their own. That's where you'll find a link to Mr. Mark DuPont's channel, to Farmer Klein, who has already left, and he's actually live streaming right now as we speak, and many other people. Eustace Farmer, my very good friend Eustace Farmer, is a tremendous YouTube content creator. His stories that he produces in his videos, he does more than just Let's Play videos. I think, you know, he did a lot of Let's Plays in Farm Sim 15, kind of like what I do, where, you know, we just do the same old thing over and over and over and just kind of progress through. He's now sort of adopted a different method of telling a story, and it's just remarkable. I can't say enough. I can't say enough about his channel, and I know that Mark DuPont is a friend of Eustace Farmer as well, and he has just been such an inspiration. He runs a completely G-rated channel as well. That's very important to him, as it is for me. Klein tested the return before 1 hour thing and it worked. Okay, cool. I'll have to consider that. Mark says, I have no experience with the released version of Seasons. My existing map doesn't support it, but I think it's before midnight. And I wonder if that's part of my problem, Mark. I think because I started Mountain Valley Farm as I was finishing up Lawfolds, and I was using the last version that they released via the GitHub, or the official version that they were essentially sending out to us content creators. I know that Reefy1952, myself, yourself, we were all part of that special group that they would give us versions that they knew worked just fine, because they didn't want it to break our games. And I wonder maybe if that's my problem, that I don't have that. Maybe I don't have the right version. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on the dev version. And my concern is changing the version out. That's always been my fear, because obviously, as you know, being involved with the mod team since like January, February timeframe, we went through so many different versions, and I was swapping them out pretty much every time that they would release one. But I would also, from time to time, run into problems. So I may have to try that and see. I guess if it completely messes things up, all is not lost, except for the first episode, obviously. He is, Dirt Racer, in his characters, the way that he can, the way that he can do his accents and his storylines and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just such a joy to listen to them, and I don't miss a one either. I mean, that's usually the first videos that I look for to see if they've been new. You're only one day in, so it might be worth swapping for this challenge and keep the older one for the other challenge. Okay, yeah, me do that. Yeah, he is, and also so is the Bipolar Prophet. Bipolar Prophet BP is an excellent storyteller, and actually, I wish I could role play half as well as Bipolar Prophet and Reefy, as far as that goes. I mean, both of them can carry a storyline without any distractions. I get distracted, and sometimes I talk about things that's happening within the game and all this kind of stuff, and it's kind of hard for me to keep the storyline going. BP wrote an article, I'm sure you read it, Dirt Racer, on PCSG about ideas for kind of staying within the storyline, the role play. Darren Montana, hi, I love your YouTube. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Check out the information below for the contest that I am running. And I've already announced the code word, and the code word was announced about 30 minutes ago, but hey, what the heck, I'll go ahead and tell you what the code word is. The code word for episode number 1 for today is plow, P-L-O-W. So that is the code word. That's what you need to do. Just look for the information down below the video, and we've got 1 hour left, and I'm going to have to wrap this up. I appreciate all of you guys, all 12 of you. Looks like there's 12 folks that's still watching the channel. I appreciate that so much. Thank you all so much for hanging in there. And I will sort out the seasons mod issue and get on. I meant to do that a long time ago, even at the risk of it potentially breaking Mountain Valley Farm, because I wanted to be on the same version that everyone else is on. I will just remind everyone that if you see a mod on my channel, and I'm not using a whole lot of mods right now on this particular series or this live stream, but if you're interested in viewing my mod list, You can see that at grizzlybearsims.com. Again, that's grizzlybearsims.com. There's a link at the top that says add-ons and mod directory. And I will tell you that something very special about my mod directory, and I know that pretty much everyone else that I've been referring to on my channel, Mark DuPont, Eustace Farmer, Dirt Racer, all of these guys, Reefy, 1952, we have all sort of made the idea that we were not, we basically care about the modders in our community. Or let me rephrase that. The modders within the FarmSim 17 and FarmSim 15 community have been treated like dirt in recent weeks, recent months. Stuff has been stolen, no credit given, uploaded without the original mod author's permissions, all those kind of things. And we have made the decision that within our channels and the things that we put out there, that we want to make sure that if we use a mod, that it's the original mod from the original download location, and that we fully support the wishes and everything of the modding community. So all of my mods are legit. Most of my mods come from the Giants mod hub, which is obviously easy to control things. A few other mods I did remove a few weeks ago because I could not verify whether or not they were from the original location. And we've got 15 minutes left. I don't know if we'll get this done. We won't get this done by making mistakes like that. Again, support your modding community. Go out to the Giants mod hub. If there's a mod that you enjoy playing, rate that mod with 5 stars. Give those guys, they do all this for us. They do all this for those of us that enjoy this game. And go out there, rate them 5 stars. Give them some kudos. If you're on Facebook, or if you're on some of these other modding communities where basically folks are posting mods and stuff like that, show your appreciation. Tell these guys thank you for the work that they do, for the things that they do, and show that respect and show that support. And if you come across a mod that is of questionable location or something like that, choose not to use it. There's so many different mods that are out there that are available. And the other thing about PCSG is we actually have our own servers that we host our mods on, and we don't have pop-up ads, we don't have anything like that. You don't have to worry about seeing things that are of a questionable nature and all that kind of stuff, and pop-ups and malware and viruses and all that kind of stuff. So it's all good, clean stuff, and I invite you to come and check out the mods that we have. We have all of Stevie's mods. Stevie's retiring from map modding, or map creation and modding. We have all of his mods hosted on our server with his permission, and Stevie is an active member of our community over at PCSG, and so feel free to come over there and check out all of his mods. We have even his most recent farm release. All right, well, folks, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a few minutes after, so I just need to go park this tractor and then basically show the screen and do my save and basically get out, and we will come back again at another time as I drive through that bush. Try not to do that, and we don't need GPS anymore, and we will shut that guy off. Well, let's get back in and turn the headlights off because there's no need in having a dead battery. All right, so here we go, folks. 6 o'clock. We followed the rules as best as we could with the version of Seasons Mod that we have. We will just save the game like that, and then I am going to quit to the loading screen, and that will come up here momentarily. And there we go. So first day is in the books. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully we'll work out the kinks in our plan and everything as time goes by. But thank you all so much for watching, and go over and check out Farmer Klein's channel. I think he's still streaming, and tell him I said hello, and come back again next time you see me go live. Appreciate all of you that's followed. Take care now. God bless you all. Good night.